The information in this video is provided for informational and educational purposes only.
Welcome to Dose of Deanne, where you'll get a little shot of what my life is like living with SMA. I am a person who focuses on what I can do, not on what I can't. That means for years, I never used my kitchen sink. It's not something I could reach, so I just didn't use it. Then when I got the Jaco robotic arm, I realized that it is something that I could do. However, it is still challenging. Come with me and I'll show you how I use my kitchen sink, and then come back because I have some exciting news to share with you. The first thing I need to do is elevate my chair because, you want to see what you're doing. And FYI, by the way, Medicare is now covering Elevate in chairs, which I think is awesome. So it might not be such a struggle to get that covered if you've had issues in the past. Now, what I need to do, I want to use my filtered water, so what I need to do is turn my filter on, which is a little bit challenging here. But we'll give it a whirl. If I can get the settings right. I used to live in the country where we had well water, and that's the best because it doesn't have all the chlorine and chemicals. But now that I live in town, I have to use city water. But if I can use a filter, it makes it so much better. Let's see. The hard part is seeing what you're doing sometimes. We'll try from this angle. There we go. Got it. So, next, I have to grab my glass. I could turn the water on, but then the water would be running. So we don't want to do that. Whoops. There we go. All right. Now, I'll turn the water on. Okay. And remember, the Jaco isn't waterproof, so try not to get it wet. Now, I can either set this down and turn the water off to try not to risk spilling it, or I can be daring and try and turn it off with this water in my hand. Slightly dangerous, but I still got it in my hand. And since I'm not thirsty, but I know my critters are, we'll give them a drink of water. Hey little kitty, do you want some fresh water? Oh, Boogie does. Yeah, do you want some fresh water? You do. It's coming. It's coming. Here it is. And there we have it. As you can see, even with the help of the Jaco robotic arm, it's quite challenging using the kitchen faucet. But that sparked something in me. Now that I know that I can use the faucet, how can I make it more functional? So I'm really excited that I'm having a smart faucet installed. I'm not exactly sure how it works. I'm hoping it's not too complicated. And it also has a motion sensor drinking faucet attachment. So let's see how it goes. Alright, so my new faucets are installed. It took about half a day for the plumber to install them. I would have caught it on video, but the battery was dead again. So, we're going to try it out here. I'm going to do it in real time so you can compare it to the other faucet. The faucet on my right is the drinking water, so it's cold water only, and it has a motion sensor. The faucet on the left is just the regular faucet, and it has a motion sensor as well, but it also has voice control. It's a little bit tricky, so I'll show you that in just a second. But we're going to grab the same glass that we did before. Ooh, windowsill. And we're going to fill it with drinking water. The sensor is on the side, which I'm not real crazy about, but it still should work. And then to turn it off, you have to go in front of it again. And there it is. Easy as that. Now, for the faucet, you can control it with the lever like usual. That's a little bit difficult because I'd probably get the hand wet if I tried that. The sensor on the faucet is on the very top, which I don't know if I like it or not. I have to play around with it a little bit. But, whoop. Let's see. So that's a little bit tricky for me. We'll see if I can get it if I go over here. I have to practice with that one a little bit. Let's move the faucet back over. Oh, I don't know how we did that. Let's see. There we go. So it's a little bit trickier to do it that way. But again, And then to turn it off, there. So that works. And then for the voice activated part, there are a lot of things that you can do with it. You can pour a cup of water at a certain temperature. I have to figure it all out yet. But you can say, Alexa, have Moen turn on the faucet. And then it opens your door. Let me try that again. Alexa, tell Moen to turn on the faucet.
Running kitchen faucet.
Work that one. So you have to be very specific with your wording. Alexa, tell Moen to turn off the faucet.
Stopping kitchen faucet.
So that worked a little bit better. The one tricky part I found is if you say, Alexa, tell Moen to run 1 cup of cold water.
Announcing.
That's not what it is.
Come on.
Run 1 cup of cold water. That's not what I wanted. Alexa, stop. Okay. Alexa, tell Moen to run 1 cup of cold water.
The water will run, then fall to an increased temperature. Then, when the light stops blinking, move over center for 1 cup at the coldest temperature.
So the trouble is that it'll run till the water's cold, and then you're supposed to wave your hand over the sensor to run 1 cup of cold water. My problem is that once it's cold, and then I run the hand over that sensor, I have to have either the cup in the sink or be really quick to do that. So we're just going to stop it and not try it. Alexa, turn off the faucet. So anyway, I got to play around with that a little bit. But as you can see, it's a lot easier than using a handle or risking spilling water everywhere. So if you guys have questions about it, let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Pretty cool, right? I'm so thrilled to be able to use my kitchen sink. The faucet with voice control is a little bit intimidating, and I know I'm going to have to study up and figure out how and what voice commands will benefit me the most, but I do think it will be a very helpful tool. Things like this aren't cheap, and I realize that. Fortunately, I was able to find a program that would cover the cost of the faucets and installation. I know not everybody can do that, but I encourage you to check into programs like that. There's a lot of various ones out there. And yes, I know I get criticism sometimes about, well, it must be nice just to have a sink installed and faucet installed, things like that. But after not using my kitchen sink for 17 years, I just say, yes, it is. Because it's something that I think a lot of people take for granted. And this is something that's going to enhance my life. So I'm very fortunate that I did find a program that would help with this. And I'm going to make use of it for sure. This faucet is going to be a game changer. I want to know what's been a game changer in your lives. Do you find technology helpful? If there's something you can't do you just forget about it, or do you find a way to do it? Leave a comment below or over on the forums at smanewstoday.com/forums. But that's all I have for you today. We'll talk again soon. Bye for now.